Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a powerful and deeply personal revelation from television titan Shonda Rhimes. She's the creative genius behind Grey's Anatomy, Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder, and the global sensation Bridgerton. But despite her massive success, Shonda is opening up about a painful and unexpected side of fame, describing her early rise in Hollywood as being stung by 1,000 bees. What caused this overwhelming reaction? How did she navigate the chaos, the pressure, and the scrutiny? And what does this reveal about the cost of success in the entertainment world? Stay tuned, because this story goes deeper than you might expect. Shonda Rhimes is no stranger to success. In fact, she's one of the most influential storytellers of our time, a writer, producer, and showrunner who helped shape modern television as we know it. But in a recent conversation, the powerhouse behind Grey's Anatomy and Bridgerton peeled back the curtain on a chapter of her life that few people knew about: the shocking emotional toll of her early fame. Rhimes admitted that the sudden spotlight felt less like a celebration and more like an unexpected attack. In her words, the experience was like being stung by 1,000 bees. It wasn't a single moment of discomfort, she explained, but rather a relentless wave of pressure that hit her all at once, leaving her overwhelmed and unsure of how to process her new status. Before her meteoric rise, Shonda Rhimes had spent years quietly building her career. She was driven, focused, and deeply committed to her craft, but still operating somewhat behind the scenes. When Grey's Anatomy exploded into a cultural phenomenon, everything changed overnight. Suddenly, Rhimes wasn't just a writer, she was a public figure. People wanted interviews, appearances, statements, reactions, insight into her creative choices, and often personal details that she never intended to share. She described this transition as dizzying. Fame, she said, came with expectations she didn't see coming. Everyone seemed to have something to say about her work, her decisions, her personality, even her leadership style. And while she understood criticism and engagement came with the territory, she wasn't prepared for the volume or the intensity. Rhimes admitted that the pressure manifested physically, the way anxiety sometimes does. She felt it in her chest, in her breath, in her inability to fully relax. That's where the 1,000 bees metaphor came from. It wasn't one problem or one moment. It was the accumulation of tiny stings, tiny shocks, day after day. Attention can feel flattering, she explained, but too much of it too quickly becomes something else entirely. She also said she felt an enormous responsibility to represent Black women in television at a time when their presence behind the camera, and especially in positions of power, was rare. That visibility was empowering but also heavy. Every decision, every statement, every success, and every stumble felt magnified. People projected their hopes and frustrations onto her, placing her in the center of conversations she didn't always feel ready to lead. Over time, however, Rhimes learned how to create a healthier balance. She credits this shift to boundaries, drawing lines around what she would share, what she would engage with, and what she would tune out completely. Part of that process meant stepping back from the noise and reconnecting with the reason she started creating in the first place: the love of storytelling. She also leaned on trusted friends and collaborators who provided both honesty and protection when the outside world became too chaotic. Through this support system, Rhimes discovered a path forward that allowed her to maintain her creativity without sacrificing her well-being. Looking back now, she acknowledges that early fame taught her invaluable lessons. It pushed her to understand her limits, to assert her boundaries, and to redefine success on her own terms. And ultimately, it shaped her into the powerhouse she is today. Not just a creative force, but a woman who knows exactly who she is and how she wants to move through the world. Her reflection serves as a reminder that even the most successful people face invisible battles. Behind every triumph is a journey, and behind every public figure is a human being trying to navigate the weight of expectations.